How are we doing, everyone? Sam here from United People's TV, here to preview the Fenerbahce game, Europa League, Thursday at Old Trafford. Now, comes in off the back of a 0-0 draw against Liverpool at Anfield. For me, good result. A point at Anfield in any season is a good result. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, that Mourinho's parking the bus. What's happened to Man United? They spent so much money, X, Y and Z. Anfield away is our hardest game of the season, and we got a point. And for me, that's an okay result. It's not a perfect result. We didn't win. Pogba and Ibrahimovic were poor. But overall, defensively sound, midfield controlled the game, just our attack let us down. And, you know, heading into this game against Fenerbahce on Thursday, Man United have made it more difficult for themselves in the Europa League, all because of that loss against Feyenoord in Holland, obviously our opening game. We won the second one 1-0 against Zorya Luhansk just about after Rooney's accidental assist and Zlatan Ibrahimovic knocked it in at the back post. But, you know, this game on Thursday now, I would consider it a must-win in the context of what else happens in this group. Because we've still got to travel to Ukraine, we've still got to travel to Istanbul. And if we were to lose against Fenerbahce, who currently top the group on 4 points, they will be 4 points ahead of us with 3 games to play. Makes it far more difficult for Man United, but something I think is abundantly obvious, it has been abundantly obvious in our first 2 games, Jose Mourinho doesn't care about the Europa League. Man United players don't care about the Europa League. And the fans don't really care about the Europa League either, not until the knockout stages. When you start getting better teams, home and away legs, knockout football, it's a little bit better. But in the group stages, the Europa League is always flat, even if you've got teams like Fenerbahce and Feyenoord, which was quite a tough draw in comparison to what we could have had. But as I said, Man United have now made this a must-win game, because if we lose, we've now got to travel to either Istanbul and Ukraine probably and get results in both of those matches. The group stages in European football, win your 3 home games, get a draw away from home. We've already won the first one, we need to win the second one, so that if we go to Ukraine or we go to Istanbul and we get a point there, it should be enough to go through to the knockout stages. And what am I expecting? I'm expecting Man United to make quite a few changes. I don't expect Ibrahimovic to start, although he did start against Zorya, which surprised me. I kind of expect to see Rashford start up front in a position he hasn't got much game time this season, but one in which he needs to thrive in, because that is his best position as far as I'm concerned. Let me know yours in the comments. Maybe we'll see Memphis Depay, players like Henrik Mkhitaryan, who again was missing from that Liverpool match because he's not fit yet, but his season really hasn't got started. And I think what we saw against Liverpool was with Martial out injured, we had a real lack of pace on that bench, and we need players like Mkhitaryan to come back as soon as possible. One nice thing about this game is that Robin van Persie will come back to Old Trafford for the first time since leaving, and he'll actually get a proper send-off, because he was basically ushered out through the back door of the club. Nothing was really said about him. It just happened. And for a player who basically won us the league in Fergie's final year, he's got to get that sort of reception. He deserves it, and absolutely. And Fenerbahce are a team that they've got Moussa Sow, they've got Emenike, they've got Gregory van der Wiel, Martin Skrtel, Twat, Mehmet Topal, Robin van Persie. They've got Moussa Sow as well, I may have said that twice, but they've got a decent squad there. A very capable Europa League squad that's going to make it difficult for Man United. And given that we haven't really given a toss about the first 2 games, and it was quite obvious with how we played, we could become unstuck against Fenerbahce, especially because we got Chelsea 3 days later. So I don't expect Mourinho to start the likes of Pogba and Ibrahimovic and maybe give Ander Herrera a rest after he was phenomenal against Liverpool. Our man of the match saw real captain material in Herrera with that performance. But let me know who you would play in the comments below. But given that we played Chelsea a few days later, and then after that we've got Man City, I do expect Mourinho to ring in the changes. And he has got a capable squad. We have got players like Memphis. We've got players, as I said, like Mkhitaryan. Carrick can come into this game. It's probably the games that Rooney should be starting as well, after another poor cameo against Liverpool. But let me know your starting 11. We'll be doing our start 11 prediction show as always. But my prediction for the actual game, I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Man United. It's not going to be a pretty game. It's not going to be an enjoyable game. There'll be empty seats in Old Trafford. There'll be kids screaming loudly, which is a good thing. The kids should get tickets for this, and they should be cheaper, but the club is not making them as cheap as they could be. But let me know your predictions in the comments below. Drop a like on the video. As always, subscribe to United People's TV if you're new, and hopefully we can build on that 0-0 draw against Liverpool at Anfield. You know, it wasn't the best result in the world, but as I said, a draw at Anfield in any season is a good result. Could have come away with a win, but Ibrahimovic missed his header. And obviously we had De Gea in goal, keeping Liverpool out. But let me know how you think it's going to go against Fenerbahce, and we'll speak to you after Thursday in our third Europa League game. Take it easy.